almost like a chef's tasting plus a distillery tour.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so what is this one paired with?
This one is paired with our orange carousel.
Take a sip and eat a bite? How do I do this, Josh?
Basically sip, bite, sip, and then see where it takes you.
Hell yes. I love that the orange is coming through so vibrant, but then it's also the color orange is kind of mimicked in this. It's just very playful. What is the process for pairing a spirit with a dish? Is it drink the spirit, make a dish, then find the spirits?
A little bit of both. This one was actually an accident where we were tasting the spirit with another dish, and my pastry chef just happened to bring it out. And I had this bourbon on my palate. I went back and forth, and then I gave it to him, and he tried it, and we both just, like, our eyes lit up. We got really excited. But typically we have an idea in mind based off of which brandy we're working with, whether it be apple, grape, or a bourbon aged in a brandy barrel. We have a pretty good idea of what type of foods they go with, but sometimes there's just happy accidents.
This is a much different experience than you can have at other distilleries.
Yeah, it's kind of based off of just going to Napa and Sonoma. Since we're distilling wine, every winery out there has a food and wine experience, so we wanted to bring that here since we're doing distilled wine. The brandies pair so well with all the dishes.
So for anybody who doesn't know, what is the difference between brandy and bourbon?
The main difference is bourbon is grain-based, so you're looking at wheat and rye, malted barley, where brandy is fruit-based.
Okay.
Everything else is basically the exact same. We're still doing fermentation. We're still using stills to make the alcohol. We're still aging them in barrels. We're way more on the artistic aspect and getting the quality and the taste parts of it, and then the alcohol content or portion kind of comes second. We're all about expressing what comes out of the ground.
And the process looks very similar to a wine. Wine.
Exactly. I'm taking wine and then distilling it. Yes, double distilling the wine and then aging that brandy. So the process of making wine for table consumption and the process for making wine for brandy consumption, the exact same process.
They are pretty little ladies.
Aren't they?
They are so pretty. What are their names?
The one here on the right, the 50-gallon, her name is Sarah.
Okay.
The one next to her, she's 1,000 gallons. Her name is Isis, the goddess of fertility.
Okay.
Then you have Magdalena. She does all of our clear spirits and weird things. And then the biggest and the newest addition to the family, the workhorse, Rose Marie. She's 2,000 gallons and one of the largest traditional style pot stills still being used in the United States. They all have their own individual personalities because they're pot stills. They're beautiful works of art that I'm extremely proud to be able to play with.
They are really pretty.
So Josh has a friend that raises ducks right down the road.
Okay.
So he brought in 2 duck breasts, took a copper rod and shoved them through both ducks, and then we hung it on the inside of the pot still in that little fat onion part there.
Okay.
And then we use grape brandy.
In the onion top part or the bottom part?
No, in the top part.
So the steam goes up.
So this is full to about here with grape brandy, and then there's a copper rod just kind of sitting here.
How'd you get that in there?
Shoved it in there very, very tightly. And then 2 ducks sit inside of this, pivoted or strung above the brandy. And then we steam the ducks with grape brandy, and then we put apricot, lemongrass, and thyme in the gin basket. So you added a little bit of like essence as well. The duck we immediately ate. And then the brandy, which is called dandy.
Duck brandy.
Yep.
This is it?
This is it. Now you're looking at about, at the moment, maybe 20 gallons sitting in there.
Yeah.
It's a really, really small run. This is what makes Copper and Kings different. The exploration aspect, the creativity, the collaboration between Chef and myself. It's what makes Copper and Kings Copper and Kings.
Yeah, it's like eating fried chicken when you have it all over your lips.
And like the taste profile is definitely fruit, but like how it just sits on the palate is wild.
I thought I was a bourbon drinker. I'm a brandy drinker.
All right, so sonic aging in its most basic term is using the pulsation and vibration of music to move the spirit inside of the barrels. So in order to constantly keep my barrels breathing and moving, we decided to make the music vibrate the spirit inside the barrel.
They will always be aged with music.
Yep, 24/7, start to finish.
I love it. I mean, this is maybe my favorite part. It feels, all of it's fun. This feels cool.
Yeah.
Like I come down here, I'm like, I think I might be a cooler person now. Right?